Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. It's Manisha here. So today I'm doing a double gradient nail design. This is the beautiful plate I'll be using, and I've recently done a haul video with my new Hēhē stamping plates, and I've also got that 10% off discount code, so I'll link that video for you too, so you can check that out if you want to see which other plates I purchased. And I've got these gorgeous Corazon polishes. I think I did do a swatch video a while back for those, so if I find that video I'll link that one for you too. And I'm going to be also using these three KADS 2-in-1 stamping polishes to also make a gradient. So it's going to be a double gradient, so it'll be a gradient for the base and a gradient for the stamping. So I've got my Beauty Big Bang stamper out today, and I've also got a sponge there that I'm going to be using to make the gradient. So with gradients and things like that, you know, your nails can get a little bit messy, so I always like to use a little bit of liquid latex or something to protect around the nails to make for easy cleanup. If you've got an allergy to latex, I'd probably use something like, there are some other sort of alternatives, latex free, you know, cuticle guards as well out there, so I'd check those out too. I've just slapped on some polish onto my thumb there where I didn't really want it, so I'm going to have to get rid of that in a little while. But anyway, on with the gradient. So all I'm doing is using those two polishes. Now in hindsight, it did take me probably about 3 or 4 passes of the sponge to get the opacity that I wanted, so I probably should have done a bit of a you know, coat or a couple of coats of that lighter colour on all of the nails first and allow that to fully dry before moving on to the gradient part. But anyway, I liked it in the end. It just took a little bit longer than I had hoped for. But anyway, just keep loading up your sponge. Now these polishes, because they are full of sort of shimmery particles in them, they will take a few goes to get them to the full opacity, but here is what they will look like. You can sort of give them a moment or two to dry in between, and then on with the stamping. So this is the gorgeous plate. Here's a little bit more of a close-up of what it looks like, and I'm going to be using this particular image here in the top left hand corner. So I'll use those three 2-in-1 stamping polishes I just shared with you right at the start of the video, and make a gradient, the second part of the gradient for my design. So the first part is obviously the base, those two polishes, and I thought it'd be a nice contrast to use sort of shimmery polishes as the base and some cream polishes for the stamping. Now I didn't have much success with that Beauty Big Bang stamper, and this can happen from time to time, and I don't know why, but certain stampers work better with certain plates. So for this one here, I just switched out to a Moira stamper, so it's another clear stamper as well. It is a bit on the old side, and I think that's probably why it was sort of picking up a lot better. That Beauty Big Bang one, that stamp head in particular, is quite new, and I think it might have just had a little bit of trouble picking up the polish. So do change your stamper, or you know, don't scrape out as much of the polish if you do have issues with things like this. With this stamping in particular, I did have to scrape a few times to try and blend those colours together as best I could, so I might not have had enough polish there to actually pick up with the stamper. So yeah, just bear that in mind. You can change your stamper and you might have more success that way. So anyway, I'm just going to remove the liquid latex and do a little bit of cleaning up with some polish remover or some acetone, just depending on how stubborn it was. I think for this one I used a little bit of acetone, I think I did in the end. So anyway, once I've done all of that off camera, I will just use a coat of Poshe Top Coat. So this kind of just makes it all come back to life. You can really see that shimmery base like peeking through the stamping. I really loved how this one turned out, and I did leave it at the glossy stage, ladies. Another one I've done with a glossy finish, and I really liked how these colours work together. There's a bit of contrast with light to dark and dark to light, and also the cream polishes on top of the shimmer polishes. So I do hope you've enjoyed this design too. I've got a few pictures here for you so you can have a bit more of a close-up. So if you haven't done so already and you've enjoyed my content, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is free to do so. You'll also find me over on Instagram. I'll leave a direct link for you for that down below. And I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for stopping by, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.